Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to our late afternoon update. I'm Victoria Holmes here in the digital studio. State health officials are adding another vendor to the statewide effort to expand COVID-19 testing locations across the state. The new vendor is a company called OptServe. It will set up new testing sites, building into North Carolina's ongoing work to increase access to testing and slow viral spread in key locations. As with all state-supported testing sites, there will be no copays or cost-sharing for anyone seeking testing, including North Carolina people who are uninsured. The three original testing vendors currently have 230 sites planned for operations across 80 counties during September and October. For an up-to-date list of community events, visit WNCT.com. East Carolina University remains one of the top performers in social mobility among national universities in North Carolina, according to a new ranking. ECU ranked as a top performer in social mobility, 33rd out of 202 universities, placing it in the top 16% of schools in the category considered in the best colleges ranking. ECU moved up from 39th last year. 2019 was the first year that U.S. News & World Report evaluated how well schools graduated students who received federal Pell Grants. Among the best national universities, ECU is listed as 109th among 209 public schools, nationally and 217th out of 389 national universities, up from 228th last year. ECU tied with several other universities in both rankings. President Trump will be making his fourth campaign visit to North Carolina in a month when he visits Fayetteville on Saturday. The president is set to host a Great American Comeback event at the Fayetteville Regional Airport on September 19th. He was at Mills River in the North Carolina mountains and at the National Republican Convention in Charlotte on August 24th. The president also visited Wilmington on September 2nd, touring the battleship North Carolina and designated Wilmington as a World War II heritage city. He also made a stop in Winston-Salem on September 8th. North Carolina is considered a toss-up state in the general election. That means either President Trump or Democratic challenger Joe Biden has a good chance of winning the state in November. The State Department of Health and Human Services is getting a $35 million state opioid response grant from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration. This grant will be used to continue the state's efforts to turn the tide on the opioid epidemic, providing treatment and supporting North Carolina's Opioid Action Plan 2.0. State Health Secretary Mindy Cohen says the grant will provide life-saving treatment, recovery, and prevention services, helping more than 110,000 people in our state dealing with substance abuse issues without insurance. Dr. Cohen says the number of people with substance abuse issues has grown during the pandemic. Money will be allocated to prevention and recovery services and other response efforts. Pitt County will be offering 4 one-stop early voting sites for the 2020 general election. The 2020 general election is on November 3rd. Those locations will be open on October 15th. Social distancing and other CDC guidelines for COVID will apply at these sites. The video you are seeing now lists site locations and times. You can see this video on our website at WNCT.com. Thank you for joining us for our late afternoon update. I'm Victoria Holmes here in the digital studio.